Hello and welcome to the 2022 Southwest Regional Championship. My name is Mary Kimball. I'm USQ's Executive Director. I'm going to be leading you through this game today. Game has started. This is Texas A&M versus Sam Houston State University. SSU just lost to Texas A&M, or just lost to Texas in the last game. We will see what happens during this one. Kimball, USQ's Executive Director. You are watching Texas A&M versus Sam Houston State University. Score is currently 0-10 with SHSU in the lead. The word on the street is A&M is a bit of a wild card. They have some veteran players returning, including Connor McIntyre, who we last saw 2 years ago. The incident was also in Louisiana. So I'm super excited to see what they bring today. That is a goal though by Dorsey on SHSU. Bench screaming none, number 8. Nearly gets the quaffle taken out of them, fakes a little bit, scores on the right. Goal for A&M, 10-20. With the quaffle on the right, finds an opening in the center. Great pass to Boyce, I think, but it doesn't go in. Passes to number 38. The quaffle is back with now A&M. Races across the field. Keeper crosses the midfield line, goes on the right. Looks like they have a medium shot, and they do, but the goal is called no good by head referee Johnson. SSU recovers the quaffle. Dorsey bringing up the quaffle, finds an opening in the center, shoots it too high though, it does not go in. A&M number 8 bringing up the quaffle. A good pass to the chaser behind the hoops, but unfortunately the lateral pass to another chaser goes straight into the hands of SHSU. Dorsey tosses from left to right, really about to go past the midfield line. Long pass to no one, unfortunately picked up by number 70 on A&M. Number 8 with the quaffle, passes back to number 35 who doesn't get it initially but picks it up. Another pass back to 8, I think it's going to didn't go out of bounds. And a pass back to 8 behind the hoops. A goal! Score is now 20-20. Dorsey clearly acting as primary ball carrier during this game. Races down the center, passes back behind the hoops. Chaser tries to make the shot. It is too low though. Back in the hands of number 8 on A&M. Meanwhile, a bludger goes off pitch and hits a player, and they would be knocked out, but they're a spectator. Number 8 races slowly. Doesn't quite work. Anyway, runs up the field, makes the shot. Another goal for A&M. Joan Alexander with the quaffle. Passes it to their keeper. Alexander maybe looking to go behind the hoops. Yep, that's where they go. Meanwhile, their ball carrier tries to deflect the quaffle, but is beat, unfortunately. Another player tries to recover, but number 3 gets it on A&M instead. Quaffle stays with, or returns, goes back either way to A&M, who also have bludger control on this drive. 8 taking their time, considering their options, avoids being beat, tries to make a goal in the short hoop, but it is too low. It does not go in. But A&M has recovered. Chaser number 1 sprinting, going around people, makes a pass over 35. It bounces and it goes in. Gesturing one of their players to go behind the hoops, like we've seen from them before. Ball carrier crosses the midfield line, flanked by number 57, providing some protection. Make a beat, but it doesn't go anywhere, unfortunately. Great pass to number 38, who gets it in, but not quite though enough for it to be a goal. Recovered by another player who makes a pass, makes a shot attempt, doesn't go in. Rolls to number 52. That's a reset used. Topples back with the ball carrier we saw before, number 10, who sees a bit of an opening in the center, passes it to the chaser in the back, but chaser is beat. Ball is back with A&M. Scores 40-20. Great bludger play from A&M right there to keep control. Meanwhile, pass it back to the hoop, and that is a goal from A&M. Score is 50-20.
Hey, bring it down, bro. Hey, take it to the crib. That's my boy, the Easter Bunny right there.
Number 10 for SHSU, Mitchell Bauer makes a pass to behind the hoops. Unfortunately, due to A&M's beating, Quaffle is now back with that team.
Hey, get hold of this, buddy.
SHSU has bludger control. So, you know, you win some, you lose some in that play.
Hey, 22! Dude, that was a hype song.
A&M bringing up the quaffle. Little right of center. Goes around the right. Nearly trucks through a player, makes a pass behind, but that player not able to keep it. Recovered by SHSU.
Take it to the crib.
SHSU making some subs, but doesn't tag in. So they're moving a little bit more slowly to allow their sub line time to reset. Bauer with the quaffle for SHSU just crossed the midfield line, flanked once again. I believe that's going to be 57. Or excuse me, it's 7 by Kimball. 10 makes a pass to 22, who makes a beautiful goal through the center. And that is now 30 points total for SHSU, making the score 50-30. A&M racing with their other team set up on offense. 18 getting wrapped. Other players trying to get in there.
Hey, man, get the ball
It's
out.
like a standing turtle.
Beat him.
That A&M player just is not going that, and they go down. I'm wondering where the beaters are to clean up. Wow, the beaters are being prevented from cleaning up. Ball is with SHSU now. That was fascinating. Beaters going in to avoid, to prevent the other team from cleaning. I think the bludger play is the star of the show today, at least in this game. Number 22 cuts across the right and makes a goal in the side hoop. SHSU closing the gap between them and A&M. Score is now 50-40. A&M keeper jogging just past the midfield line. A&M back with bludger control. Bit of a fake out, plus a real beat gives some space with a pass to number 70 who passes to number 15 behind the hoop. A tackle by number 30 who brings him to the ground, but still have the ball. We'll see if the chasers are beaters will be able to come here. They do. SHSU is beat, which leaves A&M with the ball, maybe? No? No. SHSU ends up with the ball in that situation. No beater situation, but maybe if they get there first, they try to score through the far hoop, but it does not go in. But it looks like they could recover, but no, too many beats. Quaffle is back with A&M. This is a fast-paced game. I'm curious to see what happens next, just because I mean both teams are clearly able to handle the pace right now. I don't know. Basically what I'm wondering in my head that I'm not saying to y'all out loud is if it would behoove potentially A&M with a slightly smaller roster, I think, to try to slow down the pace of this game. However, I'm not quite sure if they have their positioning. I don't think is as strong as SHSU, and that's why SHSU is able to get kind of repeatedly the same style of goals in every time. So I think maybe they're relying on their quickness maybe a little bit to compensate, but we'll keep watching them. You know, like I said, A&M is a wild card in this tournament with a bunch of new players mixed with some veterans. Anyway, back in the game, SHSU, or A&M with the couple, number 15 gets it, tries to score, did not hear that it was good from the ref though. It looked like it bounced into me, but maybe they were beat before. Beaters are truly shining in this. A&M is back with bludger control as well. SHSU ball carrier passes the midfield line. A little bit of pressure from A&M right now forces them to go a little bit more on the left side than we've seen this game. Boys advancing up the left, cuts to the center, forced to retreat a little bit thanks to that beater. Jumps, avoids the beat. A&M pressure, and they cut to the side, pass to number 10, and they make a goal. But it might not be good. It was no good.
Turn out.
Really, all of SHSU has to go back to hoops though, and the ball is back with A&M. I keep saying back. The ball was never really in one person's hand. No, it was. Never mind. Don't mind me. Anyway, A&M has, number one, had the ball, passes to another player, who is tackled and then beat. I like that combination. But it might be a call. What's the call?
Yeah!
Oh.
Brad.
You know, I have to say, I really like that move. We'll get into that why later. That was a great combination, though, from SHSU. Boys now bringing up the quaffle. We'll see if they do that cut to the left in the center with the beater creating an opening. And they do, and they score. This is a winning formula for Boyce, who has now tied up the game for their team. That is a timeout. I think that is a good call. So, anyway, what I saw earlier is player got tackled. SHSU went in for the tackle. Player went to the ground but still kept the ball, as you see time and time again. And the beater went in for the easy beat because the player's on the ground. A lot of their body is exposed. They're not going anywhere, so you can just pick a foot and you got it, or a leg or whatever. One of the, I think, annoying things in Quidditch, but that's just me because I have a rugby background, is that when you tackle, you don't have to do anything with the ball, right? Like when you fall in rugby, like you initiate the scrum and like all that stuff, and the ball moves. But in Quidditch, it just sort of stays there. So, you'll see the dog pile or turtle moments that you'll hear both terms used. But that was a really nice way to force an immediate action and make the tackle incredibly effective. So kudos to SHSU. Love to see more of that because two-arm tackling has really opened up a lot in this game, but you still have kind of the eternal Quidditch problem of, okay, ball goes to the ground, and then what? We'll see what A&M does to be able to counter this. I'm kind of seeing the same play again over and over from SHSU, so I think they might benefit from changing up their defense a little bit to see if that helps make it a little bit more effective against what SHSU is repeatedly bringing. Ball carrier for SHSU just past the midfield line. Wondering where to pass it. They pass it to number 70. He's been an effective one before. Has to pass it back to number 17 though. Quick pass off the creation with beat. That is going to be.
That was a dive. That was a dive.
There might be a card on that play. Maybe a slide.
Hey, good. I'll call it good call.
That is a card for the player. I'm not sure what for. Card on SHSU. Quaffle goes back behind the midfield line to A&M. A&M ball carrier passes the midfield line, maybe going to the right, passes to the player on the left. It is too high. We saw this both in SHSU in their earlier game. Honestly, with all three teams I think we've seen so far, passing too high to your shorter players. It's hard when you're taller. You're imagining you're passing to someone of equal or a higher height than you potentially. You got to aim a little bit lower. SHSU has the quaffle, passes to Boyce, who tries to score through the center hoop, but it is just a little bit right of center. Quaffle goes back to A&M.
He caught it good. I caught it good.
Goal was good? Okay. Goal was good, just kidding. I could swear it looked off, but again, our depth perception is different. Oh, there was a call on something else.
Nah, he's off.
We will see what's going on here. Another card for SHSU. sure what for. I saw one of the refs throw up the elbow, so maybe that was. Anyway, play is resumed. SHSU now has a player again in the box. Excuse me, 2 players in the box. Not great, but a power play moment potentially for A&M. Number 9 passes to number 70, who makes a long pass off to number 2, I believe, who passes number 8. This could be their moment to get it in. Number 3, excuse me, is the one who had it before. Tries to race to get it, but that is SHSU's ball. SHSU with the quaffle. We've had some subs too. Jonah Alexander is back in at chaser. Number 46 on the right side, just passing the midfield line with the quaffle. Makes a long pass to number 33, who's not quite there yet, and is beat. Alexander nearly got to it, but not quite, and has beat themselves. Sent back to him as A&M races down the field. Who's going to get there first? Who's going to stop them? Unfortunately, bounces in. That is a goal for A&M, tying up this game once again, 60-60. First it was SHSU that brung it. Now it's A&M. What's going to happen next? We're not sure. This is a very close game. Precisely, it's tied. It's a definite. Alexander has the quaffle. Doesn't quite cross the midfield line yet. I bet they're going to be prompted to by the ref. They are towing that very quickly. Passes the midfield line, flanked by number 7, who's provided such great protection before. Passes to Cabana. Cabana goes off to the right, has a good opportunity to score, and does score in the far hoop. Score is now 60-70. A&M taking their time with this offense. Now with Bludger control, 8 passes to 3. He goes a little bit far out. Passes to the player who's forced to drop it because they're beat. SHSU have the quaffle. Who's going to get it now? It's just hanging out there. Alexander has it. I'm not sure if they'll be able to hold on to it. Because when these beaters get there first, head referee Jackson Johnson is watching the situation to see. But A&M cleans up, which I think it's going to be their ball. A&M has the ball, passes to number 9, who is returning in a good position to score. 2 goals, but number 8 catches it. That is a goal for A&M. SHSU having a bit of a weird problem with the broom slipping right through their fingertips. Unfortunately, causing them to stop whatever they're doing. Haven't seen that much this season, I have to admit. I'm going to say it. I hope they get a handle on that situation. That's not going to serve them very well. I'm sorry. It's my only pun. Bauer with the quaffle on the right side. Has maybe a good opening if they just keep zigzagging. There is another player who could maybe help them, but they try to pass. It goes back in the hands of A&M, who curves around. SHSU, though, has Bludger control thanks to number 43 going off there to get the ball. A&M on the left side. Lone Bludger out here. We'll see if anyone sees where it is. Number 3 has it, tries to score, passes number 8, who gets blocked. That was a beautiful block right there. Number 8 passes to 3, he might be able to get it. Too short, and that's going to end that offense for A&M. And we are at 20 minutes. Set score, right? Set score is 14 or 140. So let's adjust that. This one's from the last game. Okay, 140. This game going back and forth. I am not sure. You know, I think it's going to be whoever catches the snitch. Because in a game like this, when you can trade back and forth, you really need that extra bump of 35 points. And I think that's what's going to be key here. I think if they rely on quaffle points alone, I think that is just too risky. Because we've seen, you know, when you leave SHSU unguarded, the combination of like Dorsey or Boys or an assist or something, like they can get in there. On the other side, their strong positioning from A&M also have the ability to like zigzag and cut their way through and everything like that. I think you have the beater strength to be able to focus on the snitch here. Of course, the downside is that if it's not maybe equal on the snitch, then that team that was the team that's not as much focusing on it can run up the score. So this is going to be really exciting.
Definitely gonna get returned. Yeah.
Our snitch is once again Justin Guillory.
Hey, I want a snitch win. I'm gonna try.
Okay, so SHSU starts with both the bludgers and the quaffle. This is really exciting. I am thrilled to see what's going to happen next. Teams trading goals back and forth. Initially there was a little bit more of a gap, but the teams have just closed it and answered 1-for-1 right back and forth. Seekers are released in 3, 2, 1. Seekers released. The A&M Seeker immediately beat. Great goal from SHSU right there. A little bit different than what you normally see kicking us off. Getting a lead. Dorsey might have nearly had a catch there, judging from the Texas State sideline. We have enthusiastic State of Texas fans over here.
Hey, the snitch is behind you.
Guillory starting to grab brooms as he is wont to do. And A&M loses the quaffle, unfortunately, giving 30 an opportunity to race there and make the goal. Score is now 70-90. I thought for A&M I'd be a little nervous right now. I'd maybe try to. I don't want to say slow it down. It's not time to slow it down, but speed up passing. I don't know. Let's see what corrections they make. Pass to number 3, who unfortunately doesn't get it. Popples back with SHSU. A&M now has bludger control. One of their beaters isn't in the best position to do much about it.
Turn up, bro.
SHSU wasn't moving that fast anyway, so it allows them to get to the other side of the field. Meanwhile, Dorsey, see if they can go around, get Guillory. That is maybe a good catch. Wow. You know, I have to be honest, I thought that looked like a jersey pull. But the back of the tail, I think, threw me off. Catch is good. Wow. SHSU flying away. 2 goals to a win. A&M's got to halt this, or this game belongs to Sam Houston. awful. Number 3 has it. Alexander trying to wrestle the ball out, but is beat.
That's all ball.
And I'm racing across the field. There's no beaters. If they make it in, that'll help their team, but it is just too high. I liked the initiative there. I wish maybe there would have been another player in the past too, that they didn't attempt to make that on their own, but you know, they're trying new things, and that's what's important, right? Well, sort of important right here. They need to be doing something different to be able to break past SHSU. SHSU going 22, going a little bit left and right, fakes everyone out, and scores to the center hoop. Next goal wins for SHSU. This game is proceeding astonishingly quickly. I'm really impressed with what we're seeing from SHSU right now. Just leaping their way through this second period. And I'm bringing up the ball, maybe in position for a goal if they can keep it up. Thanks to their beaters, they get a lane. A pass though is dropped. Number 8 trying to stop number 38. Appears to be unstoppable and makes the goal. That might be the fastest game I've seen all season. I swear, I cannot believe the cleanup that we just saw from SHSU.